Hey Shpoy, how you doing? Self-doubt. How to overcome self-doubt and insecurity. So in this video I will share 3 advanced personal development tips with you on how to stop doubting yourself. So let's have a look at why you have self-doubt and where this is coming from. So let's say, your heart is guiding you into something, right? Because you know that doing something is what gives you joy, is what gives you bliss, is what inspires you, is what you feel passionate about, and you just want to do it just because for the joy of it. So your heart is guiding you into a specific kind of direction that you want to do. Now this new direction is completely new, okay? It's completely new and you don't know yet what to expect. Beautiful things can happen, but you could also lose out. You could lose out, let's say, relationships, friendships, maybe money, maybe status, maybe a part of your identity, maybe a part of your self-image. So what will happen? Your mind, which has its primary job to make sure that you stay safe and secure, is, it's activating his survival mechanism and, it's preventing you from danger, right? That's really what it does. So you have this beautiful journey ahead of you, but your mind is holding back from stepping into the journey because you might lose out, you might lose friends, or you might lose money, or you might lose part of your identity, right? That is identified as danger. So that's really why you have doubt. Now what really causes doubt is that you are not doing what you want to do as often enough in order to get there where you want to be. So my number one tip is, first of all, is go and create the courage, right? The courage comes from the word core, so that really comes from within, is to follow that anyway, okay? And here's why. You don't have to do it for anything or anyone at all. You just have to do it for yourself. So you're going to feel better about yourself. So forget about, the money that you might not be making in the short term. Forget about the likes, the shares, the comments, the subscribers, or anything else that your mind thinks about not be getting in the short term. Forget about all these kind of expectations. Also the expectations that you might lose out, that you might lose your friends or might lose money or this kind of things. Let go of all these expectations and just do it so you can feel better about yourself. That's really the goal, is to feel better about yourself. So that's really tip number 1. Tip number 2, to stop doubting yourself, is you gotta take a step back in order to step up. And what do I mean with that? You see, a part of your lower self, right? That's what we're talking about, the mind. It's really about, your mind, your ego. It's your identity. And your identity only wants one thing, is to remain the same. So it wants to hold on to everything that you currently know, and it doesn't really like new things. The heart and your intuition constantly wants to experience new things, because new things, new experiences, gives you joy and satisfaction and bliss. That's really what the heart really wants. The mind doesn't like that. The mind wants to stay the same. So we have this internal battle that we are all fighting in some way. So in order for you to move further, to move up, is to step up. What I mean by that is take a step back in order to take a step up and just look at your identity, just look at your self-image as how it is, without judgment, okay? Just see this little doubt as a little thought form, right? Just as a little cloud just circling around you, right? Just vibrating his energy, is sending out the frequency, and that's really what it does. And just look at it at what it is. Don't judge it, don't do anything to it, just look at it and say, okay, well, I have these things just like everybody else, so be it, right? Now let's go after the things I really want. So you do that through, of course, mindfulness. Just practice mindfulness and meditation. Through meditation, you can really tune into your higher self, right? Your intuitive intelligence that knows exactly what your soul want, right? That really gives you that deeper sense of fulfillment. So practice mindfulness and meditation to learn to step above that, okay? So you become more centered. Centered is really, is where you can work and live more from the heart. So tip number 3, it's a little bit more advanced. I call it more like conscious engineering, because what I just said, what I just mentioned, is that we all have these kind of thoughts, right? Thought forms, and sometimes they are projected on us by others, by society, and that sort of things, and became part of our being, right? Part of our energy field is what I would like to say. And you can follow tip number 1, which can works very well. It can works perfectly fine for you. But sometimes you really need to force yourself into doing that, right? You really need to step into your warriors, into your fighters' energy, and to go and make that happen, right? You really need to develop courage, and you really need to become a master over your thoughts and feelings and that sort of things. But a way you can combine it with a different kind of practice is what I will share with you right now. So let's say that every thought, every feeling, every emotion that you have, every belief that you have, it vibrates at a specific kind of frequency, okay? For example, like shame and guilt and fear and desire in the form that you don't have it. These are all like low vibrating thoughts and emotions, okay? So to re-engineer everything is, of course, I can say, oh yeah, choose different thoughts, but that's much easier said than really done. So what you can do is, because you can create new thoughts and feelings and emotions and beliefs over time when you go and make it happen anyway, when you go and do things. But again, that really requires a lot of persistence and consistency and your fighting spirit. What you can do is really like, instead of you trying to chase different kind of thoughts, change the frequency over your state of being, and that will produce new thoughts. So that's like re-engineer everything. So change the frequency over your state of being, and that will produce new thoughts, new emotions, new feelings, new beliefs you have about yourself, and that will make everything much smoother to follow the path that your intuition is guiding you into. Now, I know how that may sound. It may sound a little bit like way up there, and maybe a little bit, like way advanced, like, Jesus, how do you start doing that? Or how does it actually work? And you know what? My entire channel is about that. But I also have like an additional free training that is from another intuitive life coach, energy healer. And she goes really into depth on how you practice this. Okay, so how do you actually do this? And she also have like an additional masterclass where you can really start practicing that. And she has an advanced program where you can, get over your doubt and fear and that sort of things. But for now, my wish for you is go and have a look at this free presentation that goes really more into depth on how do you change the frequency over your state of being, so it starts to produce new thoughts, feelings, emotions, beliefs, and it can change your self-image. And again, you can much easily stand above your lowest self, your ego, your identity. Okay, that doesn't want to change. So if that sounds interesting for you, then I will leave a link below this video. That will also guide you to my blog post where I write everything down, so you can read through it again to get all these tips again. So it, you can really start to study it a little bit more. But then you can also opt in, leave your name and email address, so I can send you this additional free presentations to you, and then you can go ahead and get started. If you got any questions or you want to share some insights, then let me know. Just leave your comments below. Make sure to like and share this video, and make sure to subscribe to this channel if you want more of these type of videos that can help you with your personal development, your self-acquisition, your mindfulness, your meditation, and that sort of things. So Paul here, hope it was helpful. Looking forward to seeing you in one of my next videos. Take care for now. Bye bye.